Hi, thank you for joining. This is Dwayne Ortega of BestTransactionFunding.com, and this is another segment on quick tips for flips. Today I have with me Jerry Ballard, and he has been investing since 1963.
That was my first income property.
That was his first income property. So he's done about anything and everything under the sun for real estate, similar to his partner John Grant, who joined us earlier. And so today he will talk about how to negotiate the BPO once it comes back to the short sale negotiator and it's not satisfactory to the B investor such as Jerry Ballard. Okay, and then after that he's also going to talk about how he thinks B investors will fare in this type of market for the next 12 months. So Jerry, how do you negotiate a BPO that is not favorable to you as the investor?
Well, if a BPO comes back from the loss mitigator that's higher than what we think it should be, there's a number of things that you can address. First of all, my first question to them would be, was that an interior or an exterior BPO that you had? If that was a drive-by BPO, then that's grounds to have another one done because it's not a true value of the property. If it happens to be an interior BPO, then there's a number of things I would ask questions on. For instance, here's some repairs that we took into consideration. What do you have when your repairs? What kind of adjustment did he have? And quite frankly, most of the time they don't take that into consideration. So then you can point out to them, well, that BPO agent did you a disservice because that's not a true as-is value. He didn't include any repairs or code violations. If the BPO agent happened to be in the same office as a listing agent, there's a conflict of interest. So you should be able to get another BPO done there. If the BPO agent happens to be an REO agent, in other words, he deals in properties after the foreclosure's done and the bank owns them, there's another conflict of interest because, of course, they're going to want to have that BPO high so that they get the listing when it comes out of foreclosure.
So how do you find out if they're an REO agent as well?
Ask them.
And
ask the agent. We know the agent up front. We know in our area, we know all of the REO agents.
Okay.
But you can also look up and check with the MLS, and there's many agents that actually just specialize in REOs, but they also do BPOs. If that type of agent shows up, we're going to get another one done if the BPO comes in unsatisfactory to us.
Now, as far as the BPO, can you request from the negotiator the comps that were used?
You can, but they're not going to tell you. So you ask key questions like, well, we have a invalid installation of a water heater, for instance, and it's not up to code. How did that BPO agent address that? How much did they allow for that, or did they?
Okay, so you can ask them certain questions and you can find out.
Absolutely. There are key questions that you know about the house, and if they can't answer those questions, then it's obvious that that BPO agent didn't do their job correctly.
I see.
And you can get another BPO done.
Now, I've heard of stories where the BPO agent would also include distressed property sales. What do you think of that?
I think it's a good deal because in this day and age, the neighborhood may have numerous foreclosures in that area. So that is going to bring down the value of the house. So the instructions to the BPO agent should be a true as-is value to sale within 30 to 90 days. Obviously, if there's a whole bunch of foreclosures in the area and their BPO comes in high, that's not going to sell within 90 days.
Right. So on the flip side, though, if they include the distressed property sales, foreclosure sales, or REOs, then they would do that, I'm assuming, on for the C buyer eventually as well, which is actually, would that be detrimental to the sale?
We have no idea what the C buyer, his appraisal comes out. We don't want to know. We don't care. We don't want to be influenced in any way, shape, or form on that.
Okay.
Because if you deal with both of the BPO agents, or the appraisal and the BPO agent, that's a conflict of interest on our part.
Okay. Great.
So we're concerned about our BPO on the buy side to make sure it comes in as a true as-is value.
And to clarify, the buy side, the A to B transaction.
A to B transaction, that's
Right.
correct. And now, lately, in our area anyway, in Michigan, the appraisers are instructed to, if there's enough or enough foreclosures in the area, to take that into consideration.
I gotcha.
So,
Okay. Well, let's say my audience has some questions later on to ask you about what you just spoke about right now. How can they reach you?
they can reach me if they call our office and speak to Nancy.
And the office number is?
Is 517-507-5860.
Okay. And they can talk to Nancy.
They should ask for me, because Nancy's busy and she's our negotiator,
Uh-huh.
and I don't want to tie her up with my business on the side. So
I gotcha.
I prefer that they ask me.
Okay.
Yes. However, probably Nancy, if she knows what they're asking, she may, and it's a quickie,
Right.
she'll probably answer a question.
Okay. Well, we're almost out of time. I'm going to save Jerry's forecast for the B investor in a later segment. And I just want to cut this off. I just want to thank you again for listening in to the Quick Tips for Flip segment from BestTransactionFunding.com. I'm Dwayne Ortega. I'm signing off. Thank you.